Yo, what's up? Welcome back.
Yo.
We're the Familiars. Playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're a bunch of professional actors, unprofessional adventurers. Speaking of which, let me introduce my crew. Here we are. Here we at. Welcome back. We are going to be diving back in to Storm King's Thunder. The party finds themselves in the town of Amphail. You can see there with that pretty little red arrow. Let's dive back in here, y'all. Let's dive back in. Let's start off with a little bit of a recap. Whoop. Getting some good music going in. Let's do that one. Why not, right? Yeah. Okay. So the party's in Amphail. Shut up! Party's in Amphail. The usually busy vacation spot for the rich folks coming from Waterdeep. It's now a ghost town. And that's due to the recent hill giant attack. They no longer need to worry about said hill giants because the Familiars took care of that issue for the most part. But the Lord's Alliance has posted sentries outside asking visitors to state their business upon entering the town. They've asked tieflings to register with the Church of Lathander, so Worthy, being a tiefling, has registered herself under a false name. The group also found a prisoner in the middle of town with a strange squid tattoo, and this person had been accused of murder. And at the local drinking establishment, there is a mysterious monk who seems to be making a name for himself in the boxing ring before the handcuffs go back on, and he's ushered upstairs. So, fam, that's where we are at. We find ourselves in the Staghorn Flagon here in the town of Amphail. And what we've just seen is this monk, Best, a member of the Lord's Alliance, and people chanting what you understand to be his name, Starag, 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 as handcuffs are put back onto him, and he is led upstairs. So,
by
Familiars. Whom? By other members of the Lord's Alliance.
Okay, Lord's Alliance, gotcha.
Yeah. So, fam, what would you like to do here in the Staghorn Flagon?
I would like to recruit a badass monk to be part of our motley
Says
crew.
Justin.
I think Starag is way hot. And I also would like to recruit him. If you know what I mean. Worthy's drunk.
Oh, no, no, different name. It's a different name.
Sorry, better.
Different name.
Better is
DM
drunk.
Will be listening, FYI, to the usage of said name or fake name. Let it be said. Let it be known. So,
Right.
Worthy's over at the bar on, what would you say, Worthy? Your second? Third?
Second.
Second? All right.
But, you know, I'm a lightweight. You know, it's only my second time having strong drink, so.
Okay. The bar.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we at one point hear that this monk was on official business from Lyrel Silverhand? Open the what's her title again? Waterdeep.
The oh gosh, the High Lord. Blanking on it, but yeah, the
Like that.
Grand Dame in charge of the Lord's Alliance and of Waterdeep. Apologies to Internet for me forgetting the official title. But yes, that is in my notes, and I can't remember exactly where you heard that, but if you're saying it, it's the truth.
Wait, how did we hear that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
We spoke.
Lord's Alliance.
Word is law.
The
Word
barkeep
law.
comes up to Worthy and says,
Right.
"Would you like another beer, worthy?" Or person, tiefling. The DM says, trying to get us back on
Yeah,
the story.
another round. Worthy
Right.
kind of like looks over his shoulders and just like, where's everybody?
Just on
Around.
sort of walks up to Thibodeaux and sort of goes, think you could use your Lord's Alliance connections to get us a word with that monk?
Well, and I take a look up at the door that he was led off to. Do I have any insight on the rank of the guards by the door? Or
Great. Yeah.
think I can work 'em
as
over.
as they walked up, go ahead and make a simple perception check. Medium DC. With a 14 coming in, you noticed that they looked to be no higher than the half-orc you spoke to when you entered the town. So you feel confident that as it seems that the name Thibodeaux holds water. In
Yeah,
this
don't
town,
worry about
especially
rank.
with the
You're a
Lord's Alliance.
fucking legend. You're a fucking legend, don't you forget.
And I make my way towards the stairs.
I follow
Talk
it.
to him.
And Rooster notices Worthy and is like, I'll catch up with you guys, and goes over to protect Worthy in this
Okay.
strange town.
Rooster's heading to the bar as you see the barkeep hand over another beer to...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Thank
And
you.
I take that from Worthy and I say, why don't you hold on for 1 second and I'll drink this one and you can tell me better all about stuff.
Okay.
That's it.
Great.
Fade. Scene fade.
Fade.
Yo.
Fade up on
I'm
just
so
on
excited to be
Thibodeaux.
playing. I can't even do it anymore.
That was a
Hitting up.
phenomenal edit you inserted, Alex. That was great.
Crossfade.
Yeah. Can everybody give me a Wayne's World like... And then, great, thank you. I'll be sure to add in some kind of cool effect.
Nice.
And Justin and Thibodeaux, you both head upstairs. You walk up a short flight of stairs and see now that there is a simple hallway with a couple of closed doors on either side. And this looks to be a fairly humble establishment. Not a lot of rooms. Seems to be mostly a place where folk would get a room after maybe a few too many had down at the bar down below. But there's one door that you see has the two Lord's Alliance folk standing in front of it. And as you walk up the steps and look around the corner, they look to you. They notice you first, Thibodeaux, and are expectantly taking a moment to inquire as to why you are standing where you are. One of them says, yes, can we help you?
Yes, I'm here to speak with the pugilist. All in the pit downstairs. A few questions for him.
Oh, well, can we ask who's asking?
And I unroll this tiny little scroll of paper that has my name and title and stamps and seals on it, and I show it to him, and I said, I think that's the last question you'll have for me.
They look it up and down, and you can see the other one who hadn't spoken to you say, it's Thibodeaux. And the first hands the paper right back to you and says, Thibodeaux, yes, of course, please, right this way. And opens the door, and you walk in. Justin, Thibodeaux, you walk into what looks to be maybe one of the larger rooms in the in the Staghorn Flagon. And inside, you see a bed with a little nightstand. You know, this is like a wooden floor, you know, sawdust on the floor type deal. And sitting on the bed is this monk that you saw in the middle of the fighting pits down below. And John, go ahead and describe what they're seeing.
Yeah, so the monk looks like he is meditating. His legs are crossed, his hands are over his knees, his eyes are sort of fluttering up and down, and he's wearing what he was wearing down below. So some blousy pants, kind of a sleeveless tattered shirt. He's got tattoos all up and down his arms and face, and that's what you see.
There's
Is
a
he,
silence, a calm in the room.
Is he injured at all from the fight?
You take a look and see that there are a couple of bruises up and down his arms, but you can't tell how old they are, or maybe. It doesn't look like he's too hurt. It looks like he's a winner.
And then, you know, with his eyes closed, still meditating, he says, the fighting pits, they're no joke. It keeps my mind clear and my body pure. This is my temple, and it needs to be cared for with aromatherapy, wheatgrass, and acts of extreme physical violence. Where are you guys from?
We're adventurers, emissaries, all over the place, really. But most recently, we're here on business from the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Lyrell Silverhand.
Lyrell Silverhand.
How about you, friend?
Well, my story's a long one. You want the long version or the short version?
Let's keep it short.
Sounds good. DM, can I get some music that sounds like a chopper landing in the woods? Lots of bass. It was an adventuring party out of 3 streams. A snatch and grab job for some professor type, a dwarf. 2 clicks out when it all went south in the Westwood. Stumbled upon an ancient artifact in an old elven ruin. Some kind of magic page. Soon as we had the page, bad shit kept happening. Our platoon got surrounded by orcs, dense jungle, no sightlines. Only had one chance. Use the page, or end up goblin feed. Their fucking heads exploded, man. Right there. Pop goes the weasel. Can't fucking unsee that shit. Whatever was in that page made their heads fucking explode. We were on our way to find out more about this scroll or page. The dwarf said he knew a wizard in a tower in Everland who could explain it. We ran into Lyrell Silverhand on one of her agitprop tours of the valley, and those dead-eyed, white-caped toy soldiers took the page, threw us in the clink. DM, can I get some trippy music? Like my mind is expanding into the cosmos. I don't know how long I was in Castle Waterdeep. Months. Years. One by one, they took my companions. I don't know where they went or if they're alive. Finally, they threw me into solitary. Time melted away.
Oh no!
I started seeing things. Visions of another plane, the edge of existence. Crazy shit, man. Sorcerers hanging from hooks in a great hall. Their blood being drained into bowls. A giant blue dragon flying over the red desert, shooting lasers out of its brain.
Oh, you're silent.
Or he's just lost his mind.
Oh no.
Starag,
hear
you're
you.
muted.
We can't hear you, Starog. He can't hear us. Stop.
Oh,
That was
Cross-
insane.
crossfade back to Rooster and Worthy.
Hello.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Oh, crossfade back, crossfade back.
Sorry.
I'll edit it out. We
You were
lost
saying
you-
something about
the
lasers
blue
coming
dragon.
out of the dragon.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Sometimes my mind goes other places and my body stays here. It's dissociative.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? Lasers, dragons, right. They took me out of solitary, and they stuck me with these fucking white cloaks, these white-robed freshman babysitters. And they took me to Amphale. Said they needed my special skills in case the giants attacked. That's why I'm here. So, what brings you here?
Just walks up to Thibodeaux and sort of voce just says, I really like him.
That comes as a surprise to me, Justin. Wow. You've seen some shit, haven't you, my friend?
Yeah, certainly have.
Would you like to see some more? Is he cuffed or tied or bound in any way
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, he's like meditating, but the cuffs are like on his wrists in bed. He's not cuffed to the bed. It seems like the guards are just standing guard to make sure he doesn't escape.
Oh, he's cuffed.
Yes.
Or I look over to the guards and I say, which one's holding the keys to the cuffs?
You see one of them has, a ring of keys on their belt.
Take them off.
What? No.
We're looking for
Oh.
someone who's good with their hands.
Well, Sir Thibodeaux, I, with the deepest and utmost respect, I
That's
do
an
my
order.
Job. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
$25,
Yeah.
25's pretty good. Let's see what else comes in.
18.
18.
Well, it was 12, so good job.
The other member of the Lord's Alliance looks at him and says, "Come on, man, just give him the keys." And a little reluctantly, this member of the Lord's Alliance hands you the keys.
And I ask him to, he wants me to, I could take these off if you want.
What kind of crazy shit are you talking about? Because from what I've heard, shit is pretty crazy right now.
Justin says, I'd you like to ride a fucking dragon?
You know the secret with dragons, right? They're soft at the joints, like a chicken. You carve up a dragon, you wait the way you dice up a roast bird. You ever taste dragon?
Not yet.
I haven't either, but I knew a guy in college who did it on a bet.
Starag,
Yeah,
we're going on a pretty sweet adventure. You want to help us?
I'll tell you what. I have one condition. You help me get my freedom from these Bush League white-cloaked fascists, and I'll help you, even if that guy is a member of the Lord's Alliance, as long as you're going north. Have you seen? I have some special skills. I also have some skills that you don't know about yet. Special skills.
Well, a man of your talent is a waste here in a fighting pit. And as it so happens, we're on a mission from the Open Lord, Laurel Silverhand herself, to deal with this giant problem on a larger scale than you can even imagine.
Oh,
These hill giants, they're nothing. There's a problem brewing up north that we could really use your help with. And I look to the guards and I say, we are officially commandeering fist of... I'm sorry, friend, I didn't catch your name.
Starag.
We're officially commandeering Starag to help with our mission. Top secret, all that.
Well, friend, I know
You
a
see
thing
one
or
of the
two
Lord's
about
Alliance
the
members
giants.
sort of be a little hesitant, and the other one just like punch them in the arm. And that, obviously, the first one looks to be the sort of higher ranking member and nods, looking quite nervous about it.
And if I ever find out that you all are using an official agent of the Open Lord of Waterdeep as a prize fighter in a pub somewhere in the bush, I'll have you reported and brought up on charges.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sir Thibodeaux. Thank you, sir.
And were they like collecting? Were they actually like working him over and like, you know, putting him out and making money off of them?
It seems like it, you know. I would say that you can ask Starag what Starag sort of thought about all this, but this, I'll say, Geston, what you recognize from your time in the Dragon Wars is this sure looks like a town with a lot of soldiers who just went through some battle, and now things are quiet, and there just seems to be a lot of adrenaline that needs to be burnt off, and people are bored. So, Thibodeaux, you being a traveled member of Faerun, would probably recognize that as well. And you definitely saw, I mean, I think some of you guys bet on the fight, though. So, you know that there was betting taking place.
Yeah.
But we're all sinners here, so.
Right.
Yes,
So, Starog,
that's the short answer to your question. Go ahead.
I want to collect your things, your earnings. Meet us downstairs. We're going to get you out of here. You're
All
done
right.
with these fucks.
Music to my ears.
Great.
Can I be talking to Worthy really quick?
Absolutely. We're going to go back down now to the... We'll go back down to the bar room here. And let's see if we can get back down. Great. And what you see is there seems to be some more activity now gathering around this fighting pit. And the announcer, self-appointed announcer of the Lord's Alliance, steps up and taps you on the shoulder, Rooster, and says, excuse me, Rooster, I believe that you said that you were interested in participating in our here friendly competition, fighting pit, if you will. We have an opening in the next round, and there's a few people who are pretty excited to get in on the action. If you're ready, we are ready for you.
The answer to that would be, oh, hell yes. And I mean, oh, hell's yes. Sorry, better. And I just am really excited about this guy, Worthy. And I just feel like Rooster is like stretching and stuff.
Whom are
You know that
excited
Starog guy? I
No.
think he's like
This was
super
bad, yeah.
gentle, really intelligent, really smart. It seems like I think I'm just ready to love again, you know?
I don't know what that's like ever at all in my life. I'm happy for your handbag.
Thanks, Worthy. I hope you find love someday, and not just in a squished halfling. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know I made sort of a big deal out of it when the whole thing happened, but when I look back on it, like seven days later, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I knew him
It's
for
been
a
7
few
days.
hours. So I think maybe because I haven't experienced a lot of things, sometimes I make a bigger deal out of the few things I do experience. I feel really, really, really stupid sometimes.
No, I can't relate to that, but I'm sorry. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ready to fight.
Great. Rooster, you look around and see that there are many folk in deep anticipation about what's going to occur next. Justin, Thibodeaux, as you guys are walking down the steps, you can see Rooster approaching the fighting pit.
We are phenomenally bad at keeping a low profile, aren't we?
My name is Rooster. I'm from the north.
Oh no.
And people just start cheering. Woo! Yeah! Rooster! Yeah! And you can see sort of, a lot of like just chanting. So people are super pumped about this.
I came to drink beer and kill other people, and I already drank all the beer. What is the
People are like, yeah. One person's like,
Okay.
you're just using non-lethal damage. You don't need to kill anyone. Yeah!
Okay, good point.
And you walk into the fighting pit and just start to kind of feel, the anticipation and the comfort of the many various fighting pits that maybe you found yourself in before, Rooster, in your travels around the Sword Coast. And you also see that there is another member of the Lord's Alliance that's starting to take off their cloaks and unbuckle their sword belt and hand it off. And you recognize that this is the half-orc that you met walking in to Amphale. And people start to chant his name. SCRIM, 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 SCRIM. And you see this half-orc jump into the fighting pit across from you. And you both, everyone watching, Justin, Thibodeaux, Worthy, see that this looks to be a fairly even match here between the half-orc and this dragonborn. So, if you'd be so bold, can I have you, Rooster, roll initiative?
Yes, and remember, I get advantage.
Ah, yes. Go ahead. Let's see what comes up.
Ah, shit. Okay.
All right. Coming in with a 21. You see Rooster start to just flex their muscles. And for just a moment,
Get these
you
ones like
see-
choo, choo, choo.
Yeah, absolutely. Like your deltoids are now up by your ears. And you see a moment's hesitation of this half-orc in front of you. And that's your opening. So,
Yes!
Rooster, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Okay, so you see Rooster just like with all the joy in their eyes look up at Starag and do a wink as they just fill out with fur and dragon scales, and you see this giant tail kind of come out, and they are raging. And they
Great.
take their great axe and swing twice at the orc.
Great.
Or, because we're not trying to kill people, I don't know if I understand what a fighting pit, Rooster asks.
And
You habitually reach for your great axe, realize that it was taken from you before you entered the fighting pit, and then whip out two of these, which for those listening
Yes.
on the podcast are my fists. So go ahead
Not-
couple
and
knuckle sandwiches.
Yeah,
you get
that's
all
right.
of your couple of knuckle sandwiches. You get all of your actions, attacks, but we will be using unarmed strikes for this, or
Ah,
grapples,
heck yes.
or shoves, what have you.
Well, then, could I also maybe, what I'm going to do next, because Rooster is a little drunk, is a breath weapon attack.
Great. Okay, let's do it.
Great. So I breathe, and it's a Constitution of 12.
Okay,
Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw of 12.
It's not
as
necessarily intentional. Rooster's just drunk, and a burp is coming up.
Rooster burps out of pure adrenaline and lets this breath weapon fly across the space, and we're gonna do a Constitution saving throw for Mr. SCRIM. SCRIM is gonna fail with an 11, so go ahead and roll damage. Here it comes.
Nice.
SCRIM takes 14 points of poison damage as a cloud of poison just explodes across the fighting pit. There is a huge gasp as everyone just holds their breath for a moment. SCRIM was about to come in with a punch and is now covered and erupts in a rage and says, "Sword!" as someone throws their sword to SCRIM. SCRIM says, "So we're fighting that way, are we?" And is, are you going to do anything else on your turn?
No, that's all I can do on my turn.
Okay. SCRIM rushes up and is going to attack you with their greatsword.
When do you want me to do my tail reaction?
You did not announce you were raging, so.
I did!
He did. She did.
Oh,
did.
oh, great! You were raging.
My tail came
Your
out.
tail is
I'm in
out.
a rage.
Great. So the first swing is a
Pathetic.
13,
Mhm.
and that is going to hit. Tie.
I'm a 13 right now. So I put down my shield.
Tie goes to the attacker, so this
Damn
hits.
Because my 1d8.
Go ahead, roll your d8 for your reaction.
Oops. Okay. 1d8 reaction. So that adds 4, so it does not hit.
Great. So you see the sword come out, and Rooster, whose tail has just erupted out of their behind, basically grabs the
Straight out my butthole.
straight out of your butthole, grabs the half-orc's hand and throws it down. And you're expecting that to be it. However, they come in with a second attack.
Try me.
And you duck as it comes over your head. Rooster, you're up. What would you like to do?
I say, great axe!
And
Anybody?
I'm gonna go.
Anyone?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Worthy, you toss the great axe to Rooster.
I'm back.
Worthy, go ahead and make a strength. Go ahead and make a straight athletics check with disadvantage.
Worthy or me?
Worthy.
I'm not very good at that.
Oh, no.
But we're going to see how it goes. There's a 4.
Oh my god.
There's a 15.
Worthy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Worthy, you are able to get the great axe over the edge of the fighting pit, but it drops probably right about here. And so, Rooster, you
Worthy-
are going to have to move away from the half-orc in order to get your great axe.
Worthy looks over the edge of the fighting pit and is just like, oopsie. I have another idea. And goes and casts. Sorry. And casts
What?
the weapon.
Oh my god.
The weapon, don't worry. He's good.
Worthy, go ahead and roll.
so outnumbered here.
Worthy, go ahead and roll initiative. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Can wait? How close am I to Worthy?
Everybody roll initiative. Jesus.
Oh, no.
Gobi, is Starag in the room?
Starag is in the. Let me get everybody in here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
22.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So, Worthy, you cast spiritual weapon, and
Yep.
what are you looking to do with said spiritual weapon? Attack the half orc?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm pretty out of it, and so I think I will cast it so that it's like hovering just like 2 feet in front of Rooster, so that they could supposedly grab it if they wanted to, but it's just going like
Wow.
like 2 feet in front of Rooster.
Okay.
There you
great.
go. Owen's better. I did it.
Wow. Great.
Thanks, Word.
Okay, so you
Poor
cast
Joby.
spiritual weapon, and I was totally expecting this. And really quick, Justin, what was your initiative roll?
22.
22. That's positive. That's a positive addition to this series of events. And
Also, I have one more thing. I'm not done yet. Spiritual action is a spiritual weapon is a bonus action. So I want to use that good old chestnut of thaumaturgy to send some whispers towards the orc that just say, "Leave my friend alone. They're much better of fighting than you are. Leave my friend alone."
okay,
It's
great.
an infernal, unfortunately.
Fantastic. So
And it's
you
really
see,
slurred.
This poison-covered, just completely enraged orc hesitate for a moment as these slurred evil whispers begin to circle their mind. And who's up now? Good gracious. Welcome to Familiars, everyone. Now, I'm going to say, Thibodeaux, you see all of this going down, and you give a quick scan of the room, and you see that there is a moment here, probably during this round of combat only, where folks are flabbergasted. But you do see a couple of folks beginning to reach for weapons. And the barkeep behind you says, Hey, we don't want any trouble here. And I'd say that's pretty much what you're seeing. What would you like to do?
Didn't I beat Thibodeaux in initiative?
I think you did, yeah.
You
Yeah, you were
are
one
I was
ahead of me.
22.
way up top. Right. So, Thibodeaux, that's what you see, Justin. You see the same thing, Justin? What would you like to do first?
Is it clear to everybody that Worthy has done this, the spiritual weapon thing? Like, is attention on Worthy, or everybody just sees this weapon in the middle of the
Absolutely everybody's on Worthy. Worthy stumbled over, threw the great axe in, and then just had made no bones about casting a spell. And now there's a magical weapon in front of everyone. Everyone is looking at the tiefling in the room.
And it's a concentration spell?
Uh-oh.
Worthy?
Okay, I run.
Just go ahead. Just
I
what are you
run.
doing?
Hold on, just checking.
Justin, what are you doing?
It's not
I'm running.
concentration.
I run
Says
over
Worthy
to
do
Worthy.
it themselves. Yeah.
I run over to Worthy, and I grab Worthy's beer, and I splash it in Worthy's face, and I put my arm around Worthy, and I turn to the crowd, and I say, "Apologies, folks. She's had a bit too much to drink. The fight can continue. Don't worry, it's all fine."
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. Not a impossible DC, but it's going to be on the higher side. And it's definitely going to be
I'm
higher
going
than a
to use
7.
a luck point
Okie-dokie, let's do it.
and re-roll that again.
Justin crosses his fingers behind his back.
Fuck.
That's a 1.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You see that basically there's just a lot of hubbub now, and people are starting. Nobody's really paying attention to you. They're looking for weapons. They are looking for their higher ups to sort of see what they're supposed to do here. Anything else you want to do on your turn? I'm going to say that because you can say something on your turn. You still have an action to use.
No, because I'm just sort of standing in front of Worthy with my arms out, trying to just be like it's fine, we don't need to fuss over this.
Great. Okay, up next, now we have Thibodeaux. You're up. What would you like to do?
Hey.
I pull a small iron dagger out of my belt and walk over to the nearest table with a candle on it. And I hold the dagger over the flame of the candle, and I point to the sword the orc is holding and cast heat metal on the sword.
Great. You see fire just sort of erupt around the flame. And can you remind me what the roll is for the half-orc?
I think... does it have a save? I'm not seeing a save on here. It takes 2d8 fire damage, and it can choose whether or not it's going to hold on to the sword or not, but...
Wow. Yeah, it just takes it. You're totally right. 2d8 fire damage. Go ahead and roll damage for heat metal.
Uh, 10.
A 10. Coming in with a 10. Here comes fire erupting around the sword, and the half-orc drops the weapon, screaming
And I
out
yell,
in pain.
I yell, foul play. No weapons in the ring.
Great. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. Second. First one is a 21,
Yeah.
and the other one's an 8, so...
There is a moment where everyone who is reaching for weapons stops, sees this sword erupt in flame, and SCRIM, the half-orc, screams out in pain, drops the sword, and hears what you have to say. There's a little bit of whispering, and you can hear Thibodeaux, 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 right? And the room is held in this stasis for a moment. And SCRIM wipes more of the poison from his face and says, "This Dragonborn was the first one to cheat! I was only defending myself! And then, this devil," pointing to Worthy, "threw in a great axe and cast the spell," and it sort of tries to back up from the spiritual weapon that's still floating mid-fighting pit. "Arrest all of them!" What's everybody doing?
I'm
Worthy,
fighting.
as soon as the word devil came out, just started like mumbling behind Justin's arm and kind of being like trying to get away from him, just like, "The devil, no devil, tiefling, don't like it."
Worthy's mumbling. Justin, what are you doing?
I say, I scream down to him, "Do you know who you're dealing with? That's Lord Thibodeaux over there."
Okay.
I bum
right.
rush the orc.
Great. And what is your
Okay.
intent to do to the orc? What is your intent?
Flatten him.
Okay. So
And say,
you,
I can't help it if I barf poison.
great. You jump at the orc. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh,
With
Are we
advantage because
still
you're
in
raging.
initiative?
Yes. Things are a little crazy right now. Let me see where we are in the initiative order. The half-orc rolled super low, so we had Thibodeaux, Starag. You will also get a turn. We're moving in general order, so basically at the end of the initiative order is when the half-orc gets to go. So right now I'm saying that because of Thibodeaux, you're successful. I guess I'm making the call. Because of your successful persuasion check, I'm giving everybody a moment to sort of see what happens next. So, Rooster with a 10. Is that with advantage? Go ahead and roll again because you're raging.
That's correct. Thank you. It's coming.
A 14. That does not beat a 19. Rooster, you rush at the half-orc. The half-orc basically uses your momentum against you, flips you around, and grapples you.
Whoa!
And is now
I see.
moving back, trying to reach down for their weapon.
I'm at 18 in the initiative order. Does that mean that I get to do something?
You were mumbling. I've got to
That was
hold
my
to
turn.
some modicum of rules here. And
Okay.
let me just sort of see.
I
We've
accept
had Justin call out. We've had Rooster rush the half-orc. Worthy was mumbling. Thibodeaux controlled the room just for a moment. Starag, I think this moment of suspension will rest on you before we go back into full initiative order with just on at the top. What you doing, Starog?
I move close to Justin and I whisper in his ear, "You know what I call this? A SCRIM. And he bolts for the door. Dash action, double my movement, out the door. 90 feet.
90 feet. Justin is gone.
Starag.
Starag.
Starog is gone. Fantastic. Top of the initiative round, Rooster is grappled. Justin, you're up first. And I'm about to add a whole mess of Lord's Alliance to the initiative order. So, Justin,
Oh, no.
you're by the barkeep. And you see the barkeep sort of come up and say, hey, we don't want any trouble here. And one of the members of the Lord's Alliance says, Enos, you stay out of this.
Justin stands up on the bar, and he goes, by order of Thibodeaux of the Lord's Alliance, this fight is to be stopped right now. Foul play on both sides, disqualified on both sides. Everyone disarm.
Persuasion check, advantage.
Okay.
High DC. First roll is a 10.
19.
Second
right.
roll's a 19. There is a moment of suspension where everyone looks to Thibodeaux. Rooster, you're grappled. You're up in the combat order. What would you like to do?
I would like to. Okay, this is what I like to do. Is I'd like my tail to come up behind the orc and punch him in the head.
Go ahead. Can you do that? I think you've already used. It's a new round. You have a reaction.
Okay, fine. What I'd like to do then is throw myself forward into a roll and get the orc off of me.
Make a strength check.
With advantage?
No. Oh yes, because you're raging. Yeah, my bad.
Dick. Okay.
All right. So that's a 20. Let's see what our buddy does here. That is going to be an 18. Rooster, you break free and roll forward. Okay? Unless you want to do some serious movement, that is your turn.
Yeah, I want to run up to Worthy and give her a high five.
Okay, you're going to have to do that on your next turn, but you do
Okay,
run up.
that's not a
and
run?
I'll say you get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are coming up the ladder now.
You know
Oh,
that
you
I
have 40
feet,
feet of movement.
right?
Thank you. You're up. You hop over, moving your way towards Worthy.
Or in
Up
position
next.
for a wrestling move. Just saying.
There are many options. We'll see what happens. Thibodeaux, you feel the attention in the room move towards you. What are you doing?
Starog ran out. Which direction is the door? I kind of want to.
Right by you.
And
So
he's
basically, he
gone.
runs by you. He's out the door. Absolutely out the door.
Fuck. I'm gonna run towards the door also, using all my movement
Great.
and begging Starog to stay.
All right. So you can make it out the door with 60 feet of movement. And as you sprint out the door, you can see Starog about, let's see, you made it 60 feet, he made it 90 feet. He's 30 feet ahead of you, running at a clip towards the main exit of Amphil, I'm assuming. Starog, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Wait, I think it's my turn. I'm 18.
Oh, Worthy, thank you.
Yeah. Worthy, who's now steaming because of the beer on her face, uses a bonus action, holds out her hand for the spiritual weapon, and it just kind of like Mjolnir back into her hand.
Back into
And
your
she
hand.
just like lets it fall by her side, and then she says really loudly to the room, kind of can't get up on the level just Dawn is up on, but like reaches up to try to like just pats his foot. And it's just like, listen everybody, I'm very sorry. I'm a stupid smelly devil and I'm angry and no good. And I think my friend
That's
Chi's
about
gonna
6
take-
seconds. That's about
My
6
friend Chi-
seconds. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
All right.
I'm a
Sorry.
stupid stinky devil, and
No, I'm no good. Wait, hold
No
on.
good.
Persuasion.
pretty persuasive.
Oh no,
Oh no.
that's a 7
Nuts.
and a 17.
Would have been nice.
Would have been nice.
Don't drink and cast spiritual weapon, kids. Now, last but not least, Starog, you're making a break for it. You take a look and you can see that Thibodeaux has come out of the bar and is calling after you as you run. What would you like to do?
I'll stop running, I'll turn, and I'll shout to him. All right, friend. Here's the deal. Same terms as upstairs. You get me away from these Bush League white-cloaked bureaucrats. I'll help you. But I have another term that you have to agree with. We go north. The long road, south of Bryn Shander. I go west. I have some things I have to tend to in the Sword Mountains. My father, the master who trained me, Sensei Kensei, he's being held ransom. I need to free him. So I'll help you, and then you let me go. Deal?
A little over 6 seconds, but we'll take it.
What is time? Time is a flat circle.
And we'll see what Thibodeaux says. Up, finally, we have SCRIM, Scram, in the middle of the fighting pit,
Scrim Scrum.
calling out,
Scrim Scrum.
Scrum, yelling out, by your loyalty to Lyrel Silverhand and the Lord's Alliance, arrest the whole pack of them! And that is where we're going to leave it for this week, everyone. Woo! Just in case you were wondering where the familiars had gone to, they were here the whole time. Thank you so much for watching. It has been my pleasure, all of our pleasure, but of course, we hope it was your pleasure as well, because, as you know, our intent is all for your delight. Catch you next week. Bye!